Hello and welcome to yet another session of Convos and Chill. Dirty Talks. Dirty Talks. Wow, Dirty Talk. It's me, Dirty, your host, and this is my co-host and my wife. She's a Phoenix.
Hi, guys.
So, how's everything? How's everyone? And thank you very much to our new follower, Judge Judy Slayer. That's such a username.
What a unique one.
Yeah, very,
like,
very
it sounds so
one.
badass. Like, I'm picturing someone with an axe, you know?
with the judge robe, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. So, we want to welcome everyone on board for this session. This session is very dear to me because this is some childhood
It's about your passion and like, you know, something of your hobby, I can say.
Yes, since 96.
I think you're a nerd about it as well.
I'm a super nerd. Bundelet is in the house. What's up, Bundelet?
Hi, Bundelet. How
Leslie
are you?
is in the house. What's up?
Hi.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming down.
How are you guys? Let us know in the comments. How was your day so far?
Yeah, so meanwhile, we're going to take a moment to introduce our guest. His name is Savage. His ring name is Savage Sam. Okay, his
what
real
a name.
Yeah, his real name is Samir.
Okay.
So he's a pro wrestler. He's the co-founder and a member from Wrestlingme, which is a new school in town in Dubai, first ever in Dubai, which
that
is
awesome.
crazy to have.
That is
one.
awesome.
It's super awesome, man.
Yeah.
To have,
especially in a country like this, you know.
Dude, there is a lot of wrestling fanatics in this country,
and
a lot.
None of them get like either to see or to even participate. So
exactly.
that's an awesome thing.
And you know, to have such a school existing for the whole wrestling enthusiast to join in, they are providing great service, in ring, gimmick. They work on your whole you know, like the in-ring talking.
Such a long introduction.
It's a dude, believe me, we're gonna be having a lot to talk with Samir. So without any further ado, let's get Savage Sam on the show.
Hi,
Savage Sam, what's up?
Hi,
Thank you
Sam.
very
Hey
much.
guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me on.
Oh man,
Thank you
it's
so
always
much.
it's always pleasure, man. It's our pleasure. How's
Thank you
things,
for
man?
making time for us. And how's everything?
Oh, it's no worries at all. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Oh.
So we gave a tiny introduction to you because we cannot
Tiny?
put
That was tiny?
we cannot put everything together. So why you don't take a moment and explain it in your own words? Just give an introduction to yourself.
So my name is Samir Nassif, and I'm from Lebanon. I grew up I was born here. I went to school here, to university here, and I started wrestling back in 2014.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so it's been, like, you can do the math, 7 years now, yeah.
Yeah.
And last year I started my own promotion. It's actually been a year now. Back in August 4th, it was a year. And yeah, we already opened up, and we specialize in training, live events, and private shows also.
Oh, that is awesome.
That's awesome, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good to see someone is doing this thing over here
and
in this
even
country.
like building the foundation up by yourself. Like, I mean, that's commendable in itself. So.
And they actually started in like one of the hardest times ever and everywhere. It was like I know they started during the pandemic.
Oh,
Like
damn.
it was during that time, and
the struggle was real.
The struggle was super real, you know. But I had friends that they joined the course and they were like, you know, I have a good friend of mine, Fahad Durrani. He's actually a wrestler in the production.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, his gimmick is a gamer.
Oh, maybe we can bring him on someday.
Yeah, Fahad is a cool dude. He was on the show a couple of times. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it's crazy. Like I actually contacted Samir when they started. Like I think 2 months in, I was like, dude, I want to do a I want to come in and try to be a manager or like an in-ring. Which called just like in-ring mic, mic work and stuff like this. But then he told me like they're still very early and they're taking it slow, basically working on the talent.
Yeah.
But Bullet is in the house. What's up, Bullet? Absies is in the house. Thank you guys very much for joining us, man. This is our guest.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
This is our guest, Savage Sam Samir Nassif. He's a wrestler. He's a pro wrestler, and he's the co-founder of Wrestlingme School in Dubai. And Samir, how this whole passion of wrestling built up in you, and when was that first time that you said, I want to become a wrestler?
So, I started watching wrestling back in 2001, actually. Um, the first ever match I watched was SummerSlam. It was a handicap match between The Rock versus Booker T and Shane. The Rock won that match, and it's been since then, that I started to tune in on a regular basis. And
During the Attitude Era.
I'm sure, like you, like living here in the UAE, I'm sure you're aware of, renting tapes. I used to rent out like Monday Night Raw tapes, like every
Lord.
Tuesday, when it would come out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I had my struggle, convincing the family to get it for you.
Oh God, that must be so
Yeah.
hard. Considering parents are like, why are you watching fighting?
Yeah. So from 2001, you were renting tapes, and so carry on.
I actually I tuned in every Thursday to a channel called TV Land. I'm not sure if you remember this also back in the day. I'm sure have you lived here in the UAE for long?
Yeah. Born here.
Yes, you probably know.
Well, to be honest, I was not watching it. Like as you said, I used to get the main event tapes from the video stores, like rented out. Like I remember the latest. I mean, not latest. As far as I remember, the last one that I actually rented from a video store was Royal Rumble 2000, the one that Stone Cold wins.
2000 was actually The Rock.
The Rock or 2000? The one that it's all animated and they're all like walking towards somewhere. Like,
I think that was 2001. Actually.
Yeah, 2001. Yeah. Like Kane, dude. Kane eliminated like 11 people.
Yeah. That was the one. That was the one.
Okay, so you guys are talking about cassettes, and I cannot relate at all
VHS,
because in India they had a separate WWE channel and like WWF channel. So like I was like a little bit lucky where I didn't have to go out of the house for it. But I mean, as a child, I watched it maybe till like I was 10. Then my mom was like, "You are a girl. You're not watching this."
Yeah.
So yeah, but please continue.
Carry on, brother.
Yeah. So I tuned in every Thursday to TV Land to watch SmackDown. On the other hand,
Cool.
And there still is, it's been since then, where we'd like play wrestle with our, my brother and like other relatives and all that, our neighbors, and we'd play wrestle in the backyard and on the pool and all that.
Nice.
Oh God.
It wasn't until 2014 where I was surfing Facebook and randomly I decided to put down, wrestling in Dubai, and I found Dubai Pro Wrestling, at first.
Yep.
First promotion here, in the UAE, and that's when it started. So, when I went in, it initially I just went to go and check it out. Initially it took me a while to join, my first session. A bit hesitant. I didn't know what to expect, But luckily my coach was very persuasive. He told me that, I had to look for it and the size and everything else. I was a perfect fit for pro wrestling, I decided, you know what, I watch this on a regular basis. I've been watching wrestling, like up to that point even, and I thought, why not? Let me try one session and we'll see how it goes from there. And I did. And I enjoyed it very much, In one session I managed to learn a bunch of things, that I didn't even think of, as a child, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to get your, you go to the school and and again, you having the physique for it, that's a big plus one.
Oh, you can I cannot stress enough how much these people they train. At the level of training is insane, because it's not even just like training yourself to look the stamina and to look like the requirements of what it is to be physically powerful. Other than that, there is also the training that they receive for for example, saving yourself from a fall. Like how to stop injuries and
taking care of your your coworker.
Like even I was watching him train one of your friends, and I saw even like the technique to fall is different, and it takes so long to perfect that. So like
taking
I have
the bump,
exactly. So like I have massive respect for all of them because it's so much technique that goes into it, and it's underestimated, and that's what trips me out.
Of course.
Yeah. So
people look at what we do and think it's easy. You know what I mean? They look at it and go like,
That's why I said
it's fake
underestimated. Yeah.
Fake fight.
you know, but
Yeah.
and like it's a whole different science, you know, and that's that a lot of people don't see, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you can always please everybody, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And other than the physical side, I was even telling to him off camera before when we were on the Zoom call that the fact that you have to be an entertainer, to build your character, to have that kind of unique set of, you know, probably moves or something specific to yourself. Like imagine there are already so many wrestlers now. It's more competitive now compared to before, you know?
It's
like
crazy.
like it's not like the Undertaker times or the Kane or like Rock times. Like even now.
Even in their time, it was very competitive. There's a lot of talent on the roster that back in the days they were good wrestlers, but because the you know that production was busy with few specific characters and they were like the money bringing machine for them. A lot of them they just jump shift to other promotions. And okay, before continuing, I want to give a big shout out to Haas 00312
Rigger.
Thank you very much for the follow, man. Thank you very much.
I hope we didn't butcher your username.
And Saram is in the house. What's up, Saram?
Hi, Saram.
Thank you very much for joining us, man.
Everything?
And Samir, it's great to know that you actually found your passion here. You know, instead of traveling abroad, because like one of my friends, she really wanted to go abroad to America and pursue this properly. But at least Samir opened the foundation here so people can join in for that whole thing. Yeah,
I mean, imagine someone having to move their life away from their country to go and experiment with this.
I mean, that's the extra mile you go.
Yeah, and I feel that in the Middle East itself, there are not much opportunities now. You know, if anyone wants to take it up as a career or so what you guys are doing is amazing.
So how was the opening of the school? How was the interaction with people? How they got to know about it? And how was the crowd in the beginning?
So, this promotion was actually supposed to be opened up in 2019, actually. But there were major complications with, with everything else. COVID, that's when it started.
Yeah, exactly. I can imagine.
There were major problems with shipments and. If you remember, when COVID first hit, they stopped
all the import and export.
And I'm not talking about stuff you find on Amazon. I'm talking about big containers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all the equipment.
They stopped for a long time, and so the factory in the UK, they couldn't send the ring over to us on time. You know what I mean? And so we were actually already paying rent, and the business lost a lot of money. And
God.
We had to brace for it. But I mean, what to do, in business, you make some and you lose some. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
It was a hard time, and even before that, just the hassle of finding a space to put that ring, And I mean, I traveled from morning until night. I mean, on the road. I was constantly on the road, looking for a space to set up the ring. I was talking to people here and there. I was talking to salespeople, from all over the country, and it was tough. But I mean, luckily I found something, and a year later, the ring finally came, and that's when we started.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a journey as well too.
All the legal fees, and we lost the legal fees too, because in 2019 there was no business, and there was no income in, and so we made a loss on that too, and
oh God. I mean, still, it's a testament to just standing your ground and
how much you're passionate about.
Yeah, if you believe in your idea, if you believe in your business, and that it can be no matter what the economic situation, and coming out of that, and now where there are people that visit there on a daily basis, so that's awesome.
I mean, this whole thing has just always been like a pain in the ass to get shit. Like, you know, and on top of that, this whole COVID thing happened, which put everything on hold, which is bullshit. And it's crazy. But again, man, kudos to you that you actually pulled through.
Exactly.
And you're still doing it. And there is actually people that they were interested in such a school, and now it exists.
Yeah.
So they have a chance to go and pursue their dreams, at least to get the foundations laid in, you know?
True.
So, on that topic, where did you, train? Did you train here in Dubai Pro Wrestling, that whole old promotion?
Yeah, so I trained in Dubai Pro Wrestling back in 2014, and I trained there until 2019, actually, like around April. I left, and the business closed down, and I went on my own direction and opened my own school. But I was trained by someone by the name of Caleb Hull, and he was trained actually in the Heart Dungeon.
Nice. Heart Dungeon is Bret Hart and these guys.
Right. Okay.
Well, not Bret Hart himself, but like people
like
close to him.
His family and stuff.
And I had the privilege of getting training from him, and
nice.
Me for that time period. And actually in Dubai Pro Wrestling, also what prompted me to start my own school was that my coach actually named me head coach back in 2018 for the whole year.
Nice.
Wow.
He took over coaching duties, so we can cover the business side,
Yeah.
And of course, I couldn't say no. It was a big privilege, and
Exactly.
I took over, and it was a big encouragement, and from there, it was a big motivation for me to start the school, after everything was done,
So I wanted to actually ask you, when you take up a career like this, where, as you know, especially parents and especially Arab parents, you know what I mean? Like to take it up as a career, did you ever face judgment or any kind of step backs that this is not a real job? How are you gonna get paid? All those kind of things, the normal fears that the people face,
Oh no, not at all, Quite the contrary. My parents are very supportive, and
that is awesome.
Even after I left Dubai Pro Wrestling, I was actually a partner back in Dubai Pro Wrestling,
Okay.
Nice.
But I left, and it was actually my dad's idea to give me all the capital to start my own business, and
that is awesome.
Kudos to your dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Special shout out for Sam's parents, because without that, imagine, this awesome being would not have been able to experience all of this. Please continue.
Surely, if it wasn't for him, I'd probably be taking up another job, but he encouraged me, and he gave me the capital, and he said,
What a cool dad.
It's your own strategy, it's your own ways. Just go ahead and try, and I did that. But so no, I didn't get any backlash. No one told me otherwise. Luckily, everyone around me has been very supportive.
That is really cool.
That's really cool.
And I'm so happy to hear that, because there are many people who face that kind of criticisms, and
it's a very rare occasion that you see your parents, they actually,
especially to get into wrestling. Exactly. That's my point.
It's a very competitive thing to do. And we got I Am King Imposter saying, Savage Sam, my awesome bro.
That's my brother.
Oh, what's up?
He's actually in the next room.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the session with us. And man, I've never had the opportunity to talk to another pro wrestler. I always had talks with friends. We talk about old school wrestling.
Exactly.
The only person that I actually talked to, and later I found out that he's a wrestler, is Fahad. So,
which I cannot wait to meet him as well.
So it's very how to say it. I'm really honored to get into the points of the business, and all the for example, you said taking a bump. Taking a bump itself is it has a lot of techniques to do with.
Exactly.
And, dude, the jumping, jumping from the turnbuckle.
Yeah. Sorry.
They jump into a very soft, cushiony thing just to get the whole hang of it.
Exactly.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Sam.
It's actually not soft and it's not cushiony.
I've heard it is cushiony.
The ring.
No, not the ring. The whole first.
When you like get into
start
it to
practicing the jump, the whole high flying moves.
But the platform you're talking about, is it the ring canvas or is it something else? Is it like a
because I saw like a friend she was like jumping into like a softer mat, like they keep something on the ring mat, you know.
Yeah. So for me personally, I have a crash mat on site. So for anything, you know, not high risk, but you know, anything that people want to try. You know, they have the option of trying it on the crash mat first before trying it on the real thing. You know, so like things like, you know, top rope bumps is actually recommended to try on the crash mat itself before anything else. Because, you know, from that point, anything can happen. You know, you can get confused, and I don't know what, but
So like like what was the like the move that you had a hard time learning it or like, you know, mastering it?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, was it the Irish whip or like, because I heard the ropes are actually like the ropes can hurt you if you don't bounce,
dude,
like, you know, correctly on them.
Yeah, like let him answer, then I'm gonna say what I want to say. I don't want to disturb him.
Well, I had a number of moves that I had a hard time learning. I mean, the ones on top of my head were probably the sunset flip.
Okay.
And
you do a sunset flip? Wow. It's like going there and jumping like this. Basically a backward thing.
Nice.
Oh, no, it's not actually. It's, you know, like when a person bends down and you go, so this is their head right here, yeah, and you actually go, you know, over them, take a bump and then roll them up.
So it's like a rolling type of back suplex.
Right.
I get it. Maybe I'm using the wrong terminology, like, you know, ring terminology.
Yeah, I think you are.
The thing, because the sunset flip, I usually know it that it's a jump on the like the turnbuckle.
Are you having an Indian uncle moment where you're just calling random things by random names?
Maybe I'm mistaken. So that was one of your hard moves to get, and like what like most of them are in like while you're moving, or like how it is, like what other moves you have?
So I had a hard time taking a hip toss also at first, you know. You know, it's called a hip toss, but I was taking a knee toss, you know. I was posting on the knee and I went too low and all that. So there are a number of things. Hang on, let me see if I remember. I had a hard time. What else?
While you're thinking about it, we have Camper Van 16 saying Sam is a beast. This is coming from a Siberian.
Wow.
Yes.
First of all, welcome Camper Van 16.
That's my best friend.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Thank you so much for joining the stream, and I hope you're enjoying so far. I mean, even
man, Bullet always needs to say a joke. He's like moves like Jagger.
What is like?
Who's that?
That's a friend of ours in the Twitch community. Okay. Saying Bullet moves like he likes to make jokes while we're talking. He's a very he's a regular in the stream. So okay, what about like clotheslines? Those are like actually hard to pull off as well without hurting your like, you know, the other wrestler.
Unpopular opinion about the clothesline is that you're actually supposed to go hard. You're actually supposed to actually hit the guy in the chest. You know, there are a number of things, many things in pro wrestling, you know, that are not taken lightly. You know, and there are a number of moves. The clothesline is one of them. You know, even tackles for that matter. Like you have to go all in, and you have to actually you know, try and get over your opponent. You know what I mean? You know, like whenever I see someone going, you know, too soft, I tell them, you know, you actually have to hit the person. You know, so yeah, they're you know, when people say that, oh, wrestling is fake and all that, I mean, it's just there are a number of things that actually there are many things that are not. You know, and you can actually get hurt from them. So
Actually, I kind of I even told him off camera before the stream that there is a show on Netflix called Glow, which is glorious women of what was
Wrestling, I
that?
think.
Wrestling, yeah. And this is a show about like the first like women team of like in America, and when it started and how it started and everything. So it shows each like person how they train, and other than training, like I said, you have to also train yourself to physically have that stamina. Other than that, you need to train yourself to fall and fight and make it look real, you know. So it's more hard for me, I feel, you know, like to stay in character, like what your you know, character does and like their special moves. Other than that, like like you need to know how the other person's gonna you know carry out their own moves, so that you can be prepared to not get injured, you know.
And
so that's like triple layer kind of training, you know. It's so hard.
You need to keep all these in mind.
Exactly.
And Bullet is asking, when was the first time you KO'd someone, and was it bad? Did you freak out?
I've actually never knocked out anybody in my life. I've always been a safe worker, you know. And
That's awesome.
yeah, even my coach used to say that about me, that, you know, I was probably the safest one around, you know. But yeah, I've never knocked anyone out.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it happens sometimes, but I'm sure you need to keep the.
Yeah, that just shows that
just a safe environment, because. And Saram, thank you very much for dropping by.
No worries,
it means the
bro.
world to
Take
us,
your
man. Take
time.
care of yourself, and we'll see you
Be
soon,
safe.
brother. Take care, man. I mean,
Be safe.
yeah, dude, it's crazy that. Like, for example, you said that some. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because apparently I have some of my information wrong. Like the whole backhand slap, that's also needs to be full impact, so you can like you need to hit the person hard. Yeah, like the Ric Flair slap. Yeah, the whole Ric Flair slaps.
Oh, that's actually a chop.
Okay, here we go. I said I'm getting the terminologies wrong, but
Wow.
I am on the same page.
Are you having a fanboy moment where you're just fucking?
I am a super fanboy now.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
called a chop,
chops,
and it's called a chop, and those are actually real. Yeah, you actually are supposed to hit the person with real, and is that you cuff your hands and you cuff your hand and you actually let the sound come out, you know.
Right.
So, it hurts or not, as long as the sound comes out and it echoes, you know, if it's a big sound, it's all that, you know. But yeah, like when Flair and Benoit and all these guys were famous for it, whenever they would lay in those chops, those would.
They will, like, you know, actually make that pop sound. It's like very crazy.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, as she said, I'm a fanboy right now. I don't even know from where to start. I want to know more about.
First, before the stream, he's like, you know what, this is my shit.
But I told her I'm gonna be talking a lot, but believe me, I'm trying to stay. Like, I'm trying to stay as much as I can, like, you know, quiet, and I give you the camera so you can talk. But like, I really want to dig more into your early stage of, like, you know, how was the environment? Like, how was like, did you ever had the chance to meet any of your childhood heroes, like, you know, in the wrestling business, or you know, I have a lot of questions, but I don't know where to start.
This is why I write my questions down before the stream. Idiot.
I thought I gotta do better.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
So I had a WWE tryout actually back in 2017.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Where?
I did here in Dubai.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
how did
yeah, they came down here. Yeah.
I had the privilege of meeting Matt Bloom, aka A-Train.
Albert, yes.
Wow.
Lord Tensai with other gimmicks. Okay.
I mean, for me, he's known as A-Train, you know, and for me, A-Train is, you know, like one of my heroes, you know, that I looked up to as a kid, you know. I mean, for me, like, you know, like the big hairy gimmick, you know, and
he had a lot of piercings and like bald,
him, you know, and
nice.
So
and also I met William Regal, you know, I took photos with them.
Nice,
they were the main coaches in, you know, in my tryout, you know. Regal is like, he's pretty much like the god of pro wrestling, and
Exactly. Yeah.
beat him, and
So did you get to meet like Triple H or I mean the names that you dropped in? It's the like I think they're working with NXT as well, the new talent, and they're from the whole the whole practice department. I forgot the name of it.
yeah.
They have a name for that in WWE. But dude, you met Albert, you met William Regal. These are like the legends of wrestling, man. They're like in their time they're fucking big.
Yeah.
Especially
Big names,
William,
big names, yeah.
especially William Regal, man. This guy is like super old school.
Did you get a chance to like get in the ring with him, or like was it just like just a meet and greet kind of a thing?
No, well, they were actually the main coaches of the tryout, so
Oh, nice. Okay.
coached by them. Yeah.
That is awesome. How did it feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. How it went? Tell me more.
Man, I mean, it was a dream come true, of course, but I didn't let my excitement take over the best of me in the tryout.
To
At the end,
sidetrack you, yeah.
and I just applied everything I learned, and all of that, and yeah, I was fine in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean,
how was it like?
Yeah.
Like what was the feedback from them?
I mean, I didn't get any feedback from Matt Bloom, but I mean, all he said was good job. But if I remember correctly from William Regal, so the people in the tryout, they consisted of like wrestlers, so people who have no affiliations with pro wrestling, like you'll find like fitness models and power lifters and CrossFitters and all that,
Yeah,
so a bunch of athletes who were picked, who have a good following based on social media and all that. Now the thing is, the pro wrestlers who were in the tryouts, they were told to put on matches against each other, yeah, and they put me in a match with somebody else from Dubai Pro Wrestling, yeah, and I mean, there were like people who came from the Great Khali School,
Yeah.
in Punjab, India.
Wow.
And yeah. So there were a bunch of matches, and in the end, Matt Bloom turned and faced Regal and said, "Mr. Regal, what do you think?" And Regal just walked away.
Wow.
That just tells you that the guy's really picky, Like
Yep.
I
in
can
the end,
imagine.
we went over the line, with our matches. It was like a spot fest, and we took many bumps and all that. The thing is, it came to my knowledge, recently that he just wanted to see something simple. He just wanted basic, simple, that you know how to do your basics right, because all the advanced stuff, they will actually re-coach you, in that.
Right.
So as long as the wrestlers themselves could do all the basics right and work it well, if you could, for example, work a good hold, work a good headlock, for example, work a good wrist lock, work any hold for that matter, and sell it nicely. If you could do all that, they'd be very happy.
So Sam, did you ever face like a major injury or something while you were either on or like maybe while training or something like that?
I could think of. I mean, I remember back in 2018. There was we had this 10-man tag match. It was a 5-on-5 match.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Damn.
Kind of like Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And
Oh shit.
I
Okay.
actually, took a spine buster, and I landed. And I landed. Actually, I whiplashed and I hit my head on the mat, and I stopped for like 5 seconds. And
Oh god.
coach, who was the ref at that time, told me, "Sam, if you want, just leave to the back, go on." But I like you know what, I have to carry on, and I carried on. I carried on with them. I went on just well, but I mean, it was a very scary moment, And one on top of my head, that was. I wouldn't say it was a major injury, but I mean, like.
it can lead to like, you know,
It was very
concussions and
dangerous,
stuff,
you know.
stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like talking about the whole head bumps, man. The god of all these. I mean, God bless his soul. Rest in peace, Chris Benoit. The guy had a move. It called the headbutt. So he goes and he jumps directly into the guy with his head.
Yeah.
So he he had several concussions.
I
Like
can
his brain
imagine.
was already damaged. You know?
Yeah, like already you're jumping with like a high velocity, and then imagine the impact of
I
that.
mean, that's the thing. Like, you know, okay, like you remember Sam off air we were talking about kayfabe and stuff like this. You said you're against it. Actually, you're with it. Like you need
With it, yeah.
Yeah, you're with it, and there is some stuff that it got out. Okay, which killed it.
Right.
But some stuff, these stuff that got out, turned like they spotted some light on how heavy is the work for the wrestler to actually pull off in the ring.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
I mean, even like Sam said that even though he experienced the injury, he's still like just to keep the show going. Like
alone.
imagine the amount of resilience you need. That like you have to have that mindset that fuck my injury, I'm gonna go and still continue.
Yeah.
That itself is a lot of willpower
Exactly,
within
yeah.
yourself. That's why I'm saying that I have a lot of respect for these guys, because it's not just like they care about the performance, they care about the fans.
Exactly, because
They care
at
that,
the end
you
of
know?
the thing
No,
is...
but
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the thing
carry
is,
on.
the thing is, I mean, if you have an injury, there's always doctors on site to tell you
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
don't perform. You know, they do physical tests regularly. You know?
Yeah.
They check to see if you're fit to go out and perform, and if you aren't fit, they won't let you go. It's as simple as that. You know.
Right.
I mean, gimmick, you know, fan favorite or not, if you're not.
I just want to, sorry to cut you off. I just want to give our new follower a shout. Alia Nablisi, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the
Hi.
session. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Alia. Welcome to the stream.
And Camber Van is saying, Sam, will you savagely autograph my what? Boobry nose? What is a boobry nose?
I have no idea.
Does he mean like?
I don't know.
don't
Camper Van, can
I don't
you
know either.
I'm so confused.
elaborate more? And I am King Imposter saying he's also taken bunch of hair pulls from me and slaps to the face.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember like there was like
Scroll and see
one
if you've
match.
missed
I
it.
think Mish was a one match. If you're still there, maybe you can say. But there were countless of times where he'd pull my chest hair and I would just squeal.
Oh,
Ouch. Oh my God. Even
man,
just imagining that is giving me
yeah,
pain.
that's crazy. Man, to be honest with you,
But okay, I want
Like-
to ask
Yeah,
him.
go ahead,
Okay,
go ahead.
you get your thoughts
no,
together.
I was talking about the injuries and everything.
Yeah.
Like there is a historic match. He would know it for sure. So go ahead.
No. Since we're on topic,
No,
because
you
I
have a
might change
goldfish
it.
memory, so go
Yeah,
ahead.
I might forget it in the next 2 seconds. I wanted to ask you, Sam, how did you come up with your name? Like, was it someone like naming you, or did you find it for yourself, or how did that happen?
No, I actually had I had help from somebody in our roster, you know, and I mean, luckily our roster was, I mean, still is, you know, a very helpful circle, you know, and one of them suggested Savage Samir at first, you know, but then I decided, no, you know what, Samir's too long. Let's just call it Sam, you know, it's Savage Sam. You know, it's catchier and
It has a
it's easy-
character. It has a
Right.
character to
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
what other names was on the line? Like the
Yeah,
ones you came up with?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I would like to know too.
Because it's
To be honest,
Yeah, go ahead, man. Carry on.
it was either Savage Sam or Sam, you know. I mean, I didn't have anything else.
Okay.
Because I was brainstorming and like when my friend first said Savage Samir, something clicked in my head. I'm like, no, you know what? This is the one. Savage Sam one. You know,
Yeah,
there's nothing.
it's such a badass name. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, did you have any gimmicks? I mean, first of all, what is the gimmick that you go in the ring with?
Like the
and,
persona, yeah.
What other gimmicks it was there on the table for you that you maybe in near future you're gonna be, you know, experimenting with those gimmicks?
So I actually came up with a backstory when I first started my gimmick. So back in 2015. It was about a soldier in Lebanon
Oh,
who
okay.
fought the war and lost his home,
Oh.
lost his friends and all that, and formed a very defensive personality and disdain for others, and from there he started to take this personality into pro wrestling.
Wow, I was not expecting that backstory at all.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all. That's very powerful compared to some other,
I mean, yeah, carry on, brother.
Stories really help with the formation of the character. It's
exactly.
something
Yeah, I agree.
that whenever they want to start brainstorming for ideas.
True.
I mean, that's one thing that WWE kind of focus on, like most of the time, to see if you have they look at the in-ring abilities, but to be charismatic and having a gimmick that can actually sell.
Exactly.
It's like, for example, again, they're very big at this selling thing. For example, they are kinda against masked wrestlers.
Right.
Because while, as you said, you're in a headlock or you're in a like an arm lock or anything, you need to show that emotion of pain.
Actually, that's very
So
true.
with the mask, you can't. But in the Mexican promotions or in the Mexican pro wrestling, having a mask is like the guy's whole lineage and whole pride riding on that.
The only reference of that I have is Nacho Libre.
No,
I don't know why that's the only movie that I remember.
Yeah, see, the thing is, for masked wrestlers, they can't sell, with facial expressions, but I mean, what they lack there, they can make up in body language.
That's true. Yeah.
They make it clear with their hand movements or their legs or, the way they walk, limping or whatever it is.
Holding their back from a suplex or something like this. Man, it's it's just crazy. People just have that general idea that, okay, this is choreographed, so it's all fake. But the bumps and everything, it is real. And so many people, so many of the roster in WWE or any other promotion, they get injured during the house shows. House shows are when they're not filming it.
Right.
So many of them been out for 6 months plus. Injury periods, and it's crazy.
Because you can imagine with that much impact, that much body weight of another person, that much speed and like I said,
moves go wrong.
For example, the one that the one that you were talking about, where you're taking the support of the ropes and literally catapulting yourself. So imagine the amount of impact that comes with that body weight, and then recovering from that itself is it has to take time.
Sam, tell us, how tight are these ropes? Actually, if you don't balance yourself on them, it can actually push you and hurt you.
So I always make sure to tighten the ropes as much as possible, but I mean, most of the time it just gets loosened up again. Not by far, but not to the maximum. It doesn't get too loose, but I mean, it becomes less tight the more you keep around the ropes. And the thing is, whenever you go back to tightening them, you would need 4 people on the job, because you need to go on all corners, do the turns, on the bolts, at the same time, and coordinate it. And coordinate, for example, okay, let's do 2 turns, let's do 5 turns, and you just keep turning the bolts until you reach those points.
So I wanted to ask you, growing up, did you have any particular? I mean, there were awesome wrestlers all throughout the years, but was there anyone in particular that you always idolized and you wanted to, as a child, maybe you were trying to replicate their moves, or someone that always stayed with you throughout that journey of yours that you idolize?
Yeah, so I actually had different phases throughout my life.
I was just about to tell her it doesn't happen that way.
Okay, so he can explain, Yani.
I'm you can't just have one favorite wrestler,
it's my favorite wrestler of all time is The Undertaker.
The legend, yeah.
But throughout my life, as a kid, for example, I used to like The Rock, but who didn't, as a kid? and the Ruthless Aggression era, my favorite was Batista.
Oh, right.
And when it came to like 2010, 2011, 12, CM Punk was actually my favorite. Yeah, and after I started wrestling, and my coach used to tell me, "Listen, I want you to watch Taker's matches really closely and see what he does, see how he sells, take a look at his presence in the ring, and see how he walks to the ring." And I watched those very closely, and I saw his matches really closely to see how he, works certain things here and there. And from there, it's like, oh, there's much more to Taker than I realized. And from there, I started watching his matches more. I watched his old tapes back from like 95, 96. Back when he had the purple gloves, and
Yep.
Right.
from there, I just decided, this guy's the king. He's the king of pro wrestling. Probably ever, in my opinion. So my favorite of all time is Undertaker.
I mean, if you can go like top three. Okay, first is Undertaker, second and third. Because I'm sure it doesn't end there.
Yeah, I mean, as
No,
you
it
said.
doesn't. It doesn't. But I probably put Triple H in there somewhere.
Oh man,
Right.
I don't know. It's the gimmick that throws me off, man. Triple H's gimmick is, man, he always needs to win. He's the top guy, and it's like it kills it.
Yeah. I know. I mean, people will criticize that he probably cheated his way to the top. Married Stephanie.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't know about for anybody else in the chat, but for me, he did back his way. He did back it up. He backed why he was a great worker. You could see.
Great worker.
First of all, like back in the Ruthless Aggression era, he was the biggest heel, and he backed everything up. And even fast forward when he turned face, he wasn't the main face of the whole roster, but he did well, and he started pushing himself less, when Cena took over, it was all about Cena, and less about Triple H. But I love, you can probably put also Kane in there. Kane is a big influence of mine also.
Right.
I used his finisher in the end, and I used some of his moves, I used his side time, I used his flying clothesline.
Wow, you do dude for Kane. The guy is like how many? Is like what? Is he like 6 something? Like 6 what? How many foot is this guy?
I'm not sure, but
he is tall. He's like as tall as Undertaker.
He's really tall. He's really, really tall.
To jump and do a punch type of clothesline from top of the turnbuckle is just. Forget about him, it's just the amount of impact you're putting on the other guy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, that most of these guys are like really tall or built up that way. Imagine that much weight coming on to
Exactly.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, before going ahead,
we just attend to the comments and
just a second. Okay, Camper Van is saying the boobs.
Oh.
And I am King Poster is saying identity, the weakness of
identify
the beast. Identify the weakness of the beast.
Which is cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers. And what's called Bundle is saying Savage Sam is a classic movie name.
Oh, I did not know that. I need to check that out.
It actually is.
Oh shit.
And
Bullet is saying Stone Cold Babies.
No, just baby.
Baby. Okay, baby.
Stone Cold Baby.
Yeah. And dude, by the way, we have a new follower, Harry Pens. I don't want to read that name wrong, but thank you very much for the new follow, and thank you very much for joining us for this. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
And they're saying, I love Jim Ross. Dude, Jim Ross is one of the great, if not the only great commentator in the whole wrestling business. Him and King Laura and Shivani, I forgot his name. Joy Shivani?
Michael Cole, man.
I don't like Michael Cole, man. Dude, no one can beat Jim Ross and King, man. Dude, they are calling the
strong opinions
man. I can't.
Damn.
Michael Cole, I will put him last. I mean, come on, man. We had worse. We had Booker T. We had Taz, and all these guys that were just doing you know, because there was no room for them on. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, not Booker T, but Taz. There was not much room for him on the talent roster. So they, you know, just like, you know, sidetrack, go there. But dude, I was about to tell you about the iconic match of Mankind and Undertaker, the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
What is your take if, like, do you think shit went wrong but Mankind kept on going? Or, like, out of
Man,
5, how much you rate that match, man?
Oh, wow.
I don't
So
know what
many
it is about
questions.
Mankind. I don't know what it is, but I mean, the guy was crazy, you know, and
Mick Foley is gone.
he even lost his ear. You know, he lost his ear from a headlock. You know, and
His
yeah,
his
it was
teeth
a-
is all gone. He's a hardcore legend.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. So I've not seen what he's referring, so that's why
You
I
will
have
be like, how the hell, dude? It's
Is
one
it
of
there
the,
available on
It
YouTube?
is. It is the most
Fuck, I wanna watch this.
iconic match ever.
He
Sam,
lost his
Sam.
ear? Like, how?
That's during his journey, but
Oh, right. Oh,
in this
okay.
the
match,
guy was borderline crazy.
Shit.
He was nuts.
barbed
I think it-
wires and all that things. Yeah,
That's too hardcore. Like, how was he allowed to take all the...
dude. Sam, can you explain to her the bump actually he took from top of the cage? Like,
Yeah, I mean, to explain it, I have to know how high the cage is. I mean, I'm not.
I
You-
don't
have you-
want to get in. Sorry to cut you off. I don't want to get into violating rights on YouTube. I can actually show it, but you know that's the thing that I'm scared of.
Let's not.
Let's
Let's not risk it. We just started on Twitch, okay? Let's not
Okay.
fuck it up, please.
So yeah, carry on, man. Sorry if I
Yeah.
cut you off, man.
No, not at all. But yeah, it was a high, I mean, Taker threw Mankind off a big cell. I mean, I don't know how high it is.
25
Nobody
feet,
in the
I
comment
think.
section knows. I mean,
Wow.
knows the height of the cell. But it was a very, very big cell, and he threw him off into a table actually, and the table broke, of course.
Sheesh.
And shortly after, he just got up and started walking normally. I mean, the guy was nuts. Yeah.
You know what? This makes me like this reminds me of people of, you know, those people who don't have the pain sensors in their body or who don't feel pain, like they have that disorder. It feels like that. Like, how can you just...
Sorry to cut you off. Is 16 feet tall cage.
16 foot. Yeah.
Wow.
And look, the first thing I searched for, it's the Undertaker wrestler match between Mankind, Mick Foley, and the Undertaker. Then the World Wrestling Federation, and took place inside a Hell in a Cell 16 feet high steel cage structure with a roof. So he took a bump from top there. He just threw him down on the announcer table.
Yeah.
And he got up.
Can we see this after the stream?
got up,
I'm
he got
very
up, yeah.
intrigued.
He
I need to
got
see
up.
this.
He got up, and they like the paramedics took him on the whole
Yeah.
stretcher.
Yeah.
Then he got up again, climbed the cell again. Undertaker went up to the cell. There is an opening. He choke slammed him, or I think tombstone him. No, he didn't tombstone him. He choke slammed him or something. He took another hit from top of the cell inside the ring.
Okay, I have a question for you. How many times did you see this match?
Dude, this match is
Because you
so,
remember it
dude,
so
this
well.
match is so iconic that I'm sure no one in the wrestling business missed it.
All right.
It's like one thing you need to watch.
I mean, I need to.
Yeah.
Right after the stream, I need to go.
But man, I mean, would you think you will actually take such a thing and do it, like to just take a like a proper jump from a 16 feet cage?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I think they give the wrestlers a choice, you know, and the reason why is because I think there were only two people in history to ever do that. Foley, of course, and there was Shane McMahon. You know, Shane McMahon.
Oh man, Shane took
Oh,
it.
I remember.
Yeah.
Shane took
And
it
that-
from Shane took it from another angle. He took it from the
Yeah.
I remember
what's it
that
called?
guy.
The whole Titantron.
Titantron, yeah.
Yeah, Titantron is the screen that he went on the metal things next to it, and who was it? Who hit him with the stick? Was it Steve Blackman?
Steve Blackman, yeah.
Steve Blackman is a martial artist gimmick, and he
Oh,
was
right,
doing, like,
okay.
back in, we're talking to 99, 2000, 2001.
Nice.
Like Attitude Era. He just hit him with his leg,
Yeah.
and he just jumps back.
Yeah.
Dude, other than that, Jeff Hardy, 25-foot ladder. he did the Swanton Bomb, man. That's just crazy. Like, the moves they pull off is like, fuck gravity.
Yeah.
And they don't know, dude. Jeff Hardy actually took himself.
And this is like pushing all the physical limits. Like imagine your body.
Yeah.
Like how beat up they must be feeling after all of this.
Dude, man. I mean, you know what? It's a good segue. What is your favorite tag teams? Like, from different era, like top 3 or top 2?
My favorite tag team of all time is the Brothers of Destruction.
Brother of Destruction, Undertaker and Kane. Because the storyline is that Kane, when they introduced Kane was the lost brother of Undertaker who was seeking revenge.
Right.
So I just want to read some of the comments. Do you have chairs and ladders under your ring too? Bullet is asking this.
Yeah, we do.
Ooh.
You matches on our YouTube. Wrestlingme, and it's there.
Wow.
I mean,
I would love to see that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to all the chair shots and everything. And Camper Van is saying, go ahead.
Oh, so if you check out one of our shows, it's called Redemption. You'd like it. We use some weapons there, but
nice. I love hardcore matches, man. And Camper Van is saying, no, bro, they have snakes and ladders, the board game.
I like that humor, you know.
And Leslie's saying that was cold. But man, I mean, a good segue. Bullet mentioned the chairs.
Yeah.
Even the chairs, there is a technique of hitting.
Exactly, like everything you're using, you need to be careful. You know,
it's not. I mean, can you explain it how you actually take a chair shot, Sam?
Well, personally, I've never taken one in my life.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know, but to my understanding, I think they put one hand up, you know, like on their head. They do that, but I mean. Some others will actually take it to the head. You know, they you know, people like Mick Foley, for example. You know, they take it, you know, head first. You know, and there are lots of others who would do the same thing. So,
on top of my head would be Terry Funk. Terry Funk was Mick Foley's. Mick Foley is the main guy of that. Then again, he had other characters such as Mankind, such as Cactus Jack, Dude Love. So yeah, he was a hippie, man. He was a hippie, Dude Love.
Oh god, I love that.
Like the most hardcore ones was Cactus Jack and like Mankind. Mankind was a bit like chilled, but Mick Foley itself as well, dude. Terry Funk was his tag team partner.
Right.
Dude, they went like into bloody matches. Like with barbed wire, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Sam.
I think that those things don't happen anymore, right? Like,
no, man,
like
dude,
it's
we're
not
talking. I was about to say ECW, man.
Yeah.
You remember, like, you know, the whole ECW era? They were like extreme. It actually stands for Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Right.
They were in a basement, and it's just barbed wires, like. Anyone who came out of that promotion, they're all just insane. You got Sabu, you got, I think Chris Benoit was there, the Dudley Boys, Eddie Guerrero. Everyone had a chance there.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
It's just
Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer is still like one of the legends. These are like you know. It's just crazy that how big is this fucking thing, and like ECW was doing their extreme shit. You got WCW and WWF were fighting on the prime slot, the timing for Mondays.
Right, dude.
Monday Night Wars, man.
Yeah, I can imagine this. I just want to read the comment. There is, can you just scroll up? There is a comment by I Am King Poster. He's asking, would you rather be stink-faced by Majid Hash or by Camper Van?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All the questions. All the questions are for you. And Bullet is saying I should have deleted that, but I like that burn. Wow. And Campervan is saying I've just had beans on toast. The hell do you think he'll say?
Oh God.
And what's called imposter is like Campervan. You would be surprised. But man, I mean, it's like from your squad, from your roster, who are the people that they deserve a shout out, that they're actually doing well in the ring and they're actually taking this very seriously, you know, as a passion or as a sport that they want to do for their career in your roster. Can you drop some of the names?
Oh man.
Nice. That was a nice question.
My first shout would be to Shaheen, actually.
Shaheen.
If you're quite familiar with the roster, but Shaheen is actually my top babyface in the roster. He's first Emirati lucha wrestler. And
wow, lucha is the whole high-flying Mexican.
Yeah.
You know, the whole. That's
he's popular with the fans, and he's always putting himself out there, and you know, it's always good for not just himself but the business, you know, and Shaheen, you know. Bunch of others off the top of my head. There's Nova Knox, MK, who else? Jay Lamrod, Faisal Marat, who else? Cryptid. Bunch of names, man. There are many names, but those people come up the top of my head, you know. And
what was the weirdest gimmick out of all of them, man?
Crowd, you know?
Oh man, that's awesome.
That is so
coming
cool.
out of you, you know. But
that
what
sounds
was,
so wrong. That's what she said. Sorry.
Wow. By the way, sorry for our this is how we talk at the house. So we always like.
No, it's okay, man.
we're a bunch of idiot best friends, just going on stream.
Camper Van is saying, let's have a fart off Majid hashtag where is you, man. I think this is all like the inside joke of the school, so we are not familiar with.
Exactly.
But thanks a lot for sharing all this information with us. I was getting to this point that
Campervan should come on the stream, by the way. Yeah. His humor is very much like ours. I think I want to interview this guy now.
Okay, cool, for sure, man. I mean, anyway, this channel is for everyone who has, talent, artists, they're into art or anything.
Or just funny humor. We would love to have you on.
We have a lot of people.
We have an absolute shenanigans sessions on Thursday where we just jabber on random levels, random topics, it's basically like chat heavy stream, so we attend to you guys what we
Thursdays are for the community, so
it's
we sit down with the Twitch community.
Fun goof times.
Oh man. Sam, what was the weirdest gimmick you came across within your roster? How did you have to sit down with some of the guys and work on their gimmick, or everyone came in with their homework done?
Oh man, I mean, everyone did well, but if I had to name a really weird gimmick, I mean, it was back in the day, back in Dubai Pro Wrestling. There was the name of Delson Suzuki. That was his ring name.
Okay. Delson Suzuki.
He wore a spacesuit, and it was a weird gimmick. Yeah, I don't know.
What the heck?
What was the punchline?
That one tops the list.
What was the punchline of the gimmick? What was the backstory to it?
So he was actually he was not a wrestler. I mean, he was still in development, but he was ringside manager of a wrestler we had by the name of Lord Socrates.
Okay.
And Lord Socrates is pretty much his gimmick is a futuristic guy, and
right.
Yeah, and his manager was that guy who wore a spacesuit and went by the name of Delson Suzuki. It was the weirdest gimmick I've ever seen in my life. But
I think your brother is saying weirdest gimmick is Marwan Sina. Who is that?
Marwan Sina?
That's the guy who wore the spacesuit.
Oh my god, what a name.
Dude, that's the thing. I'm sure you have fun with the guys in the roster, when you sit down and talk about it and coming up with ideas. It's just crazy because I always see myself just dressed up as a gangster and be someone's manager.
No, look, sorry to say, but I would picture you as either two characters, okay? One is either a Limp Bizkit dude, with the hat turned backwards and just being a douchebag, or second one is Chulo. High socks and
To be honest, I'd see you coming to the ring with a cup of tea, because I saw in your profile picture your
right
your coffee, whatever it is. and there's like steam coming out of it. I can see you doing that.
Man, imagine taking a hit with that cup, like
Yeah.
that would be funny as hell.
Holy shit.
Bandalat is saying, if I would be a wrestler, I would go by what?
A cafeteria juice name, Burj Al Arab. That's funny.
Or Mazboot.
Yeah.
Camper Van is saying, ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only, the Lexus Burj Khalifa Corniche.
Oh my
They're
god.
just randomly naming juices from the cafeteria.
By the way, what is that comment just above the emoji? Something about? Am I reading Caleb Hall something?
Yeah, Caleb Hall is gonna catch Savage Sam Han. Caleb Hall is the new
Hands?
one.
Sam's hands.
Sam's Hands.
Wow. Who's that from?
I think it's from Iron Bullet? Is it from Bullet?
I know. I think it was from Imposter. It's from your brother.
Oh, right. It's from, it's from your bro.
Your brother from the other room.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. Carry on. I love that.
But you know what? Okay, let's talk about the new promotions that are in town, which is like AEW is the newest one.
Yeah.
The question is like, what is wrong with the productions nowadays? And what is the points that they're lacking? And what is the points that they're really focusing on, which is not helping the promotions to that extent that had back in the days? You understand where I'm going with this? Like, for example, let's take it WWE. What is WWE doing wrong now? Although they have a barrage of good superstars.
Yeah. To be fair, this is all a popularity game, So, I mean, if you look at the roster, it takes one person to attract, a lot of viewerships, and I don't know. I think when AEW signed CM Punk, I think that was like not the final nail in the coffin, but it's getting there. I
It's
think
a big hit.
CM Punk is the most popular and loved wrestler of our generation. And I think when AEW secured that signature, I think that's I don't know. I don't know what's going wrong with WWE much, but I think it's the fact that they're looking to hire now, people that have no affiliations for wrestling, So I don't see them, for example, hiring indie wrestlers, I mean, they have over the years, but it's slowed down a little bit. AEW, they're securing, all of these indie wrestlers, and they're still doing so. But I mean, I think that's the one thing that WWE have to start doing, and I think they're just relying mostly on popularity,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
social media following, whoever it may be, because they know deep down that whoever they do hire, no matter who it may be, they turn them into and groom them into whatever they want,
Exactly, yes.
And so the thing is, there are major disadvantages for that, and it's that people who watch wrestling won't know who they are, and wrestling marks, they won't know who these people are, and I think that's why most of the attention is going towards AEW these days, because they're securing all of these famous wrestlers,
ex-WWE stars and stuff like this.
Yeah, them too. But if you're looking at even like indie stars who have no affiliations with WWE,
With WWE, yeah.
Right.
people like Kenny Omega, Kenny Omega is like
Yeah, he was New Japan.
who
mostly.
has been, and I think that's the major problem that's happening these days. It's all a popularity test, and it always has been, but right now it's more crucial than ever.
But, what is your take on? Because in my opinion, NXT, to be honest with you, NXT is in my opinion, WWE, NXT, that division is beyond amazing. The talent in NXT is just crazy. You got the Velveteen Dream. You got you got Adam Cole. You got Bobby Fish. You got who else is that big ass dude? I forgot his name. That black guy, the big guy. I forgot his name, man. Who actually they moved to the main roster. Like, I'm sure you're watching NXT as well. Like, what is your take? As in, like, in my opinion, if NXT was the main roster, actually they will have a say in competing with AEW or any other promotion. Like, what is your take on that, on the whole NXT?
Well, I'm not watching the product nowadays. I mean, all I watch are the old tapes. I'm still watching Raw from 97, 98.
Nice.
Back in the early 90s, but and that's where I learned from. I pay attention closer to the stuff that they do. And thing is, if I had to give my best answer on this, is that NXT is pretty much a home ground for proper wrestling marks.
Exactly. Yep.
People who they watch the indie scene, and they're in love with promotions like Ring of Honor and like NJPW with all these promotions. And I think NXT was built to accommodate for these fans, because Raw and SmackDown, as good as those brands are, I don't feel like they it's the home for these indie wrestlers. I think those are more like it's a home for the more popular
Exactly,
people.
yeah.
So yeah, that's my take on NXT. It's a harbor for wrestling marks.
Yeah. I have a couple of questions actually in my mind, but before that, I want to just go to the comments. Yeah, they're piling up. There's a couple of more, baby.
No, they were just talking about. I don't think they asked anything. Borj Al Arab. I wanna.
But let us saying maybe being overshadowed by MMA. Maybe he's referring to the question you asked earlier. Yeah.
And Bullet saying by Jake Paul's and YouTubers stupid boxing matches, LOL.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's insanely just commercialized for no reason.
Campervan is saying, Sam, please shout out and thoughts and prayers for my best friend. He's not dying or sick or anything. He just be bald as fuck, man.
Oh my god.
I think you have a big fan here, man, Campervan.
That's my best friend, man.
Yeah. And I am King.
I'm so glad he's in the comments.
Exactly, man.
He's making it
we
so
need
much
those guys, to keep the chat alive. Thank you very much,
and the humor going as well.
Bullet can accommodate this humor on the spot.
Exactly.
And I am King Imposter is asking, would you rather be in WWE, AEW, QPW, or Wrestlingme?
Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, really? Listen, I'll answer that in the next room, all right? I'm answering that.
You gotta slap the shit out of him. Like, why are you asking me this question? Put him in a headlock or do a suplex on him. And he's saying storytelling mattered back then. Now it's all about the big moves. I have a lot to say to that because, for me, man, I don't see that wow factor in Roman Reigns, for example. Like, okay, Seth Rollins, amazing. But Roman Reigns, man, and it actually brings me back to my question. What is your thought of Brock Lesnar going in and out?
See, the thing is about Brock, he's a part-time pro wrestler, and he's not the only one. You have Bill Goldberg now, and
Cena.
You had back then before he retired. And
yeah.
John Cena, like part-time wrestlers will come and go, and I don't think they're on full-time contracts. I think they're just hired to boost the ratings, here and there on some weeks, boost attendance, like hype up that this show up.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Sam, but
No, go ahead.
I read the comment from Campervan. He's saying, is there a way to fix Sam's lighting? The glare from the top of his head is blinding. Mashallah, he looks like an angel from cartoons.
Oh yeah, shut up.
Oh my god. That took me a lot of effort to
Man, your
control.
friends are really pulling your leg out here, man.
I'm so sorry to
Yeah,
disturb
no,
you.
I don't mind it, man. It's okay.
Please continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, we were talking about... Man, I lost my Brock Lesnar at the short-term contract.
Oh god.
Yeah, so as I was saying, these part-time wrestlers are just they're hired on some weeks to just boost the ratings, boost the viewers, and maybe fill in some of those seats,
Mm-hmm.
So.
But because he comes in...
Sorry, guys, excuse me. But just give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
Sure,
Take your time. I mean, why I'm saying this Brock Lesnar thing, because he is in and he has a big paycheck.
Right.
It's like six figures.
Right.
And okay, before continuing, guys in the comment, thank you very much for sticking around with us, and I hope you guys are enjoying this session.
Yeah.
Tell us what is your favorite wrestler in the comment section, or what is your favorite match? And I am King Imposter saying he's an angel, he's my angel. Whoa, that got
Sus.
what's
Like
the
suspicious,
sus?
I think.
Suspicious.
Who said that?
Imposter.
Your brother.
And Bullet is saying he's coming for the whack bro hide. Camper Van is saying, so you might be legally
blind by now.
And Bundelet is saying that that was test.
That was fast.
That was fast. Must have
given one punch.
One punch. Jimmy Wang Yang. And Camperman is saying, coming from the whack.
For the whack.
For the whack. Why, man? I can do the whack myself before bed. Wow.
Okay. Okay.
By the way, you can't be able to. I mean, you won't be able to read the comments, so we're reading it for you,
exactly.
So you can stay in the loop.
But okay, so I wanted to ask.
Who
actually.
said that?
Campervan. Who else can it be, man?
So I wanted to ask you, Sam, like, for example, since I mentioned women wrestling before, I wanted to ask you two-part question. The first one is, like, who did you, idolize, or maybe have, a favorite women wrestler who, was like, damn, like, she's badass? Or, like, for example, even, like, what would you like to do to increase more in inclusivity of women in this kind of a field where it's a rarity where a woman can take it up as a career or given the opportunity? So that's the two questions.
Well, my favorite female wrestler of all time would be Lita, actually. She was the most badass female
High
wrestler.
flyer. Yeah.
To answer your question on female wrestling here, I mean, I already do train females. I'm training one
That's
right
awesome.
now. I think she's in the chat right now. Her name is Alia.
Nice.
Yeah.
I should actually see her.
I train her regularly, and I mean, the thing I do is just tell everybody that we're open to both genders joining the classes. It's we try to leave it as open as possible, and I try to be as persuasive as possible for anyone to come and join the class. There's no gender restrictions or anything like that.
That's so awesome.
If the females, for example, are not comfortable, of mixing with the men, are not those who aren't comfortable wrestling with the men, I would tell an existing female in the roster to maybe come down and train with them, just so they feel more comfortable. Yeah.
Nice.
That is so cool.
That's
that even
great.
that an option is available. I mean, imagine having to, train, and other than that, like, first of all, the body weight class is also different, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So, like, even the way you train would be different, right?
Exactly,
so, that's what like I'm trying to ask, like, you know, how is because I remember before it was very hard for you know, someone to take up that training and get included and pick up
back in the days the divas, sorry to cut you off, but back in the days divas were much more of that eye-catching spot of the whole like, you know, show, and they were not putting so much spotlight on the women's division. But nowadays, in my opinion, like, WWE is doing great with the diva division. Like you got Charlotte Flair, which is the daughter of Ric Flair, and you got a lot other good names in AEW, which was what's that one that's she's a dentist? She has
Britt Baker.
Yeah, Britt Baker, and for example, Bundle said China is one of the iconic ones.
You know. I mean, I remember
her. Like there was some Lita herself. Yeah, Lita herself. She was one of the high flyers. She was the third member of the Hardy Boys.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy. There was the like AJ Lee, man. AJ Lee, CM Punk's wife.
Yeah, surely.
And Imposter is saying...
Please.
I mean, to add to that, I mean, the female scene has changed over the years. If you look at back in the day, they'd taken strippers, you know.
Sable.
They'd taken females who had no affiliations to pro wrestling, you know, who were not talented and they were just there for looks, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
It's changed massively, you know. Now they're taking in proper talent, you know, and they're, you know, female wrestling is actually, you know, on level now with male wrestling, you know, it's there, it's up there, and there are many main events that happen now with, you know, like with females in the match, and it's happening.
Right.
It's happening, exactly.
And I'm so glad that it's existing here as well, like, you know, through Wrestlingme, like at least that opportunity is there to at least get trained, you know, like then like at least women can try that, okay, can this be my career path, at least to give it a chance, you know. So that's really cool that you're doing this, you know, and I really it's commendable that
and Imposter is saying it's a men's sport. I'm not about to come out of retirement for this. I already got rid of the first Arab female pro wrestler. My work is done. Eva Marie is a legend. Give and take.
Wow, coming in hot.
Very opinionated.
Coming in hot.
It's like setting it on the table. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, he's frank, you know. That's his opinion, so I respect that.
Dude, no, it's actually a funny story because that was my brother, right?
Yeah.
So he was actually involved in the first, you know, intergender match and rivalry here.
Nice.
Exactly. Back in Dubai Pro Wrestling, there was the first female, and he was actually in a feud with her, you know, and he had the storyline, you know, and the gimmick that he was against, you know, female wrestling and all that, and eventually they had like 3 matches, I think, Misha, if you can correct me on that, but they had some
nice.
Won some, he lost some.
Right, that's cool.
That's great.
That's why he's bringing up.
That's what I was worried. He's just being his character, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not breaking character. That's amazing. K-Fed all the way, bro. But man, I mean, if you wanna like put the guy in the roster, that first person that comes in your mind, that actually gonna make it to the big leagues from your roster. I know it's kind of a very spotlight type of question, but who do you have in mind that actually gonna make it?
It's no trouble at all. I think the first person who will make it is Shaheen, because I mean he's already there, you know, he's got the following, and many, you know, famous pro wrestlers follow him, including Lita herself. You know, she follows him.
Wow, that's impressive.
I mean, he's getting popular now in the world, you know, and he is in contact with some third-party agents, and you know, here and there. And I think he will make it, be the first one, you know.
Right.
It's just a matter of time. Kudos to him. He's doing really well for himself.
Kudos.
For the industry.
And what gimmick does Shaheen have in the roster?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, he is the first Lucha Emirati.
Oh, he's the lucha guy. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Dude, lucha, for the lucha libre guys, I really have a different level of respect, man. These guys are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're like jumping, just jumping here and there, super fast. Like, for example, the main, like one of the main ones that everyone would know is Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is
Yeah.
5'6". Like, I remember seeing an interview of Undertaker. He's like, they were asking him like, how hard is it to take a choke slam?
Right.
He was saying like, you have tall dudes, for example, Kane or Great Khali or the Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
For them to pull it off is kind of like, hard, but it's much more fun for like, Rey Mysterio type of, physique to take a bump with the choke slam, because it makes it much more eye candy-ish for like the whole entertainment side of it.
There is a question from Camper Van. He's asking serious question, Sam. Best music for maximum adrenaline, violence, and aggression.
Wait,
Best music, like what would you like recommend for that kind of intense?
it depends on the gimmick. So if you have, for example, me, I've used metal, pretty much my entire career, because
Ooh, nice.
I feel metal. I mean, I love metal. I listen to metal, and I think metal is.
I'm a fellow metalhead as well.
Yeah, we all are.
We all are.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah, I actually used a song from Code of Arms called Inferno. You guys know it.
Nice.
That is a badass song. It has a sick big
Yeah.
breakdown that just makes you go insane.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, like it does depend. There's a lively, party guy, for example. He's not going to use metal. He's going to use something, like
Upbeat, yeah.
Right.
or hip hop or whatever
Yeah.
it is. It depends on the character.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, because like a character can have like something like rockish, or something like Lamb of Godish, which is heavy metal, or something like deathcore After the Burial metalcore, or something like that.
Like Seth Rollins, his intro theme is Parkway Drive.
That's how you got to know the band, yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
His what?
Such an awesome band.
His entrance theme is, I think, it is by Parkway Drive.
Parkway Drive is an Australian metalcore band.
Yeah, I of course I know who they are, but is it the current theme?
It's the Bring It Down. Which one is that one?
They don't have a song called Bring It Down.
No. As far as I remember, his entrance theme is Parkway Drive.
Yeah, but which song though?
Wait,
I don't think so, man. Are you sure?
Google time.
Google auntie.
Google auntie.
But
That's
yeah,
usually my job.
The Burn It Down, the Second Coming, I think that's what it was called.
Ooh.
I think that was Parkway Drive. It was someone
Oh,
else.
sorry, my bad. Wait, I'm being mistaken. I'm mistaken.
Who?
CM Punk's theme entrance was Killswitch Engage. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that's the one.
Different guy,
No,
different band.
Seth Rollins is a huge Parkway Drive fan.
Okay, that is not the same as what you
His-
said.
His theme song is by a band called John who?
Who? It's Burn It Down, you're right though.
Yeah, John Ketterman.
What the
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know.
It looks so cultish.
Yeah,
the
but I
logo.
was thinking, I was talking. Sorry, my mistake, guys. Sorry in the comments and everything. CM Punk, Kill
And why
Switch
am I not
Engage.
sure?
Yeah, Kill Switch Engage.
Are you done?
Yep.
With your misinformation?
Yeah. I'm so excited to have Sam on this show.
I
That's
can
why
see
I'm, like,
that.
I'm losing everything. Like I'm losing my brain cells every.
Are
few
you like
seconds.
sweating and like profusely
Yeah.
oh, calm down.
So yeah, that's another. CM Punk is a metalhead as well. Like there's a lot of them in the whole thing. But again, I
I mean,
agree
it
with
makes
you.
sense. Like even the entry that they have to do, the music pumps up the fans, and like
Exactly.
it makes the badass entry. So
Dude,
why
the
not?
Glass shattering, stone cold. Like wherever you are, you hear that. You know some
it.
shit is gonna like break loose. You know?
Exactly.
Bullet redeemed. Stretch.
Oh,
We do such stupid thing on here
on Twitch, yeah. It's just
they redeem their points like either hydrate or stretch. But for Thursday sessions we have a redeemable thing that is called vocabulary checkpoint. They give us a word, Sam,
God.
and we just need to rhyme it.
we
just
have come up
crazy.
with the most funniest clips for the show because of that. Like the most funniest shit. because we try to rhyme and then our brains go blank. And also you've also got Mr. Majid on the thing now.
We're gonna get Mr. Majid as a new redeemable thing, but you guys can use the emote as in the chat. You guys can use Mr. Majid. And Campervan is saying best song for Hype Symphony 68 remastered 1820 by Beethoven. Wow.
Damn. So I have to. I'm gonna actually take a picture of this because I'm gonna forget it, and I don't know when I'm gonna have. Okay.
Wow.
So I need to hear that. I don't know what is that, but sure.
It's a song by Beethoven. He's being sarcastic.
Right. Because he's saying it's remastered. Maybe it's remastered in a heavy way.
I don't think so.
Oh, wait, is it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
because he mentioned remastered.
Symphony 68.
Then,
1820.
okay,
so maybe it's like heavier from, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Like,
I'm gullible enough to fall for it and actually check it out.
Because you like Beethoven.
Dude, I always listen to, my favorite one is, how did I forget the name of it? Furley's.
Okay.
So I listen to that.
I Am King Imposter is saying Sam loves Sperm Swamp. Wow.
Oh God.
What is happening? I am so confused.
Why your brother is like against you?
That's actually a band, by the way. It's a band, and they do their thing in the toilet, and then they record it. You know what I mean? They shit and do all that, and they record it. They call it a song. And they put like some random titles. And, they're disgusting. Check them out on YouTube.
They're disgusting. Check it out.
Like first laying the preface that it's disgusting and then saying go check it out.
Oh man, yeah,
check it out. It's good.
I mean, I'm intrigued, but
yeah, we're gonna check all these things, man. We definitely gotta do it.
Because it shows me like weird clowncore shit, like a bunch of clowns just like playing random shit. Couple. Yeah. Corrected.
Campervan is saying, 1820s metal guys, come on.
Oh, he's making fun of me now. Yeah. I made myself the victim. I made it easy for him. You know.
and he's saying, I am a professional Sperm Swamps cover artist.
Okay.
And I am sure you're having fun with these guys in the roster. You guys could make shit up. Like, how can you keep a straight face while having a match with, for example, Campervan? If
he's actually not a wrestler.
Oh, he's not a wrestler.
No, he's my best friend, but he's not a wrestler.
Oh, okay.
He actually hates wrestling. It's just
why? Come on, man. Stop, oh.
But dude, if it was up to me, like for some music, like dude,
you will take the heaviest breakdown ever.
Yeah,
that is existing.
There is a song called "Death of Us" by Lamb of God. It has a breakdown where it says "Death of," and it's just like insane breakdown. That's the one that I would choose.
I would think I'll just come in like...
I love that song.
Like, I'll just enter with the most dopest hip-hop track ever.
Or like After the Burial, Lost in the Echo. That song. That's the one you like.
Yeah. I like After... Mm-hmm. I mean, Sam, if you had a chance to change your gimmick, what new gimmicks you have in mind?
That's a good one. I didn't think of that. But I mean, right now, I'm...
Are you a babyface now or you're a heel?
Gimmick. So I'm doing part Savage Sam and part corporate Sam,
okay.
Right. Yeah, I'm playing like like a babyface commissioner, of the roster, So the whole idea is for me to possibly turn later into a heel and follow what corporate Kane did.
Oh, okay. The authority
but I'm still talking about it. It's nothing set yet,
So regarding Wrestlingme, what services you guys give to the talent? Like, can you give us a rundown of how much is the courses and how's the timetable and what type of courses you guys provide for the talent?
So we have two packages actually. So there's the group class package and the private classes package. And for the group class, the monthly fee is 200 dirhams, but we also have 3-month, 6-month, and 1-year package. Of course, those are cheaper. There's a discount on each of them. For the private sessions, for one private session, it's 180 dirhams. For 10 sessions, it's 1,500.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean, your progress will be faster, and of course, there's more attention placed on you, and yeah.
That's cool.
So, and like in those courses, what is the key factors that you guys go through and teach them? Like, what is the main things you guys work on?
So, we work on just wrestling, but I mean, there's some, sometimes if a person's lacking something, I tell them to work on that maybe outside of the ring. Or if there's something that they need to work on in the gym, for example, it's for example, core strength or whatever it may be, So I mean, I do give advice because I mean I am also a fitness professional, so I give advice on what to do in the gym.
Nice.
And I mean in regards to what we do in the ring, in addition to what we do in the ring, I mean, in wrestling, I mean, we just work on wrestling, and character work, gimmicks, and all of that.
Sorry if you're hearing a baby crying, it's from the outside the house corridor, if someone is hearing that.
No, I actually don't.
We were laughing on that. It's like it didn't find any other time to cry. By the way, Bullet is asking you, have you broken any bones while wrestling?
No, I have not actually. I haven't broken any bone in my body in my life.
Actually, he mentioned before that he's a very safe, like a wrestler on ring.
As well.
No, I think he was asking in regards to myself. Have I broken, something?
Oh, right, yourself.
Yeah, yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, I will definitely come down to the promotion school. Like, I really want to check it out because I've been on your ass since the day you opened. And I was like, man, I want to become a manager. I want to do my in-ring things. Then, Sam was like...
I mean, I'd love to have you come in to try out, man, for sure.
I'm sure I gotta have a shot at it at least.
I'm gonna make a lot of fun of you, yeah? Like, I'm gonna roast you the whole time.
You already do. But I think I'll be good at not breaking the character because I stay within character and I get much more motivated when someone, like, make fun of me, so...
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Challenge accepted. Challenge. Now I'm gonna make sure that happens.
Yeah. Sam, in your opinion, as a wrestler and as a pro wrestler coach, you've been in the journey for a while. I think you said since 2014 you're into the business. So from day one until now, what is the main key factors that every wrestler should keep in mind? Like, regardless, in the practice sessions or in ring while performing, what is the main key factors that you need to keep an eye
on? I'd say that something that, the one factor that all wrestlers need to have are their basics, That's the one thing. I mean, the basics is the bread and butter of everything, They need to have that down because from there they can stem on to new things. And I mean, we always do basics, right? And it's something we always recap on every week, And if they're lacking that, then it's a big problem, because like you can't just jump the gun and do something else and not do the foundation of what.
Sorry to cut you off. Like, for the viewers, what is the basic things that you're talking about? Is it about the in-ring, the warming up, taking the bump and stuff?
Are you talking about from a viewer's perspective?
No. As a wrestler, no. I'm just saying because maybe the viewers, they don't know what is the basic things that you're talking about that they need to, always.
So, from here you mean? Oh yeah. Okay, so by basics I mean just simple things like rope running and bumping and working chain holds, for example, working headlock, working wrist lock, learning how to reverse from those holds and doing all the simple takedowns.
Nice, yeah.
Right.
Arm drags, if you're lacking that, then it'll be very difficult for you to move on, to where you want to be, So apologize. My dogs are barking outside.
Oh, it's fine, man. We love dogs, man.
That's okay.
This show is dog friendly.
We are very animal friendly.
So yeah, so the basics is one of the key things, and yeah, just carry on.
But yeah, if they're lacking that, you know, it's going to be a huge hassle to get to where they want to go, you know, and it's important.
So the basics that it's like
from a yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. So, but from a viewer's perspective, from someone watching our shows, it's important, you know, whether you know how to wrestle or not. If you know how to work a crowd, if you have a gimmick and a character down, that's all that matters. You know, whether you're a good wrestler or a bad wrestler. I mean, if you're popular, that's what it is. You know, it's a show business in the end. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, Hogan and Cena and Rock were not good wrestlers, but they were personalities, they were characters.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're so like attentive to their fans and their fan base, and you know, they give them their time. I've noticed that, like, you know, even PR is like a part of that whole thing, you know, like you need to like pay attention and respond and take pictures and, you know, have that kind of energy to socialize, you know what I mean? Like just to build your fan base, and attend to them, yeah.
So like, what other key factors that there is that the talent need to keep in mind other than the basics? Like when it comes, like, do they need to know what character they want, or they need to, you know, do their homework about this whole gimmick ideas or the talking and stuff? I'm sure you always, like, I'm sure you bumped into people that they are bad at in-ring, you know, talking and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So how,
or maybe like shy personalities.
Yeah, shy personality, and they cannot deliver that impact in that sentence.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you face these guys. Like, how do you tackle these things?
So, the one advice I give my students, and this is something that William Regal told us once. You know, whenever you brush your teeth in the morning and you'd, you know, wash up and, you know, rinse and everything, and wipe your mouth after you're done with all this, look at the mirror and cut a promo. And study your facials, study your eye movements, you know, and every single detail about your promo, you know, how you execute it, for example, the wording you use and all of that, you know. So, and of course, I've mentioned, you know, backstories before. It always helps with a gimmick if you were to write down a backstory, you know, because you can always like relate to it and take down ideas on how to execute your gimmick work, your promo work based on that backstory. You know.
Well, let's say, like, if you had a chance to work with any wrestler that.
That's a good question.
You know, the alive ones, not the, like, you know, the ones.
The alive ones.
Yeah, because dude, there's so many of them. They passed away.
I love that's how he defines it.
If you had an option, okay, I'm giving you two options. One, to be mentored by one, and the second one to have a match with.
Ooh.
I probably have a match.
So you don't want to be mentored by any of these legends? Is that?
I mean, I'd love to be, man. I would love to be, you know. But I mean, I've been. I know it's a tough one, man. The thing is, like, I've been mentored before, you know. I mean, it wasn't by a huge legend, but I mean, it's a tough one.
I mean, like, on top of your head, if you had a chance.
Here, for example, I'll take it on the spot, you know.
Who?
Taker.
Oh, right.
To be in a match with him, or being your mentor?
To be under his mentorship, man.
Oh, okay. That's a great one.
I take it in a heartbeat, you know. I mean, he's my hero, you know. So if I had the chance to do that, I mean, of course I'd jump at it, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough to choose, you know, mentorship or match. I would love to have a match with him. I mean, that's also a huge honor.
Yeah. Oh,
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I really don't know.
I know. By the way, welcome to this sessions. I put the guest on the spotlight. Like, immediately.
Yeah, like sometimes we ask questions where it makes the guests really think, and they need to take a minute to actually answer.
Keep them on the on their toes.
Yeah.
This is the whole beautiful thing about like having.
Yeah, and then we take breaks to like goof around and just like read comments and roast each other. That's our regular schedule.
So you had a question for
me? But thank you for reminding me. I was about to forget. That's what happens because I forget so easily. I wanted to ask you, would you like to dabble in any other type of sport, or like for example MMA or any traditional art or traditional arts of like exactly. Like would you ever want to dabble in any other kind of sports?
I mean, I have of course a huge passion in fitness, and bodybuilding and all that, and I also in football.
Okay.
Nice.
I love football. I'm always watching football. And, it's also what I do in my like leisure time. It's a big hobby of mine. So
that's great, man. That's great to have football as one thing. It's just crazy. And
it's it builds your stamina like insane.
Yeah.
Insane amount.
Of course, it helps tremendously. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So like. Even when you're in your 60s, you'll be like, okay, you know what? I can still do shit.
Exactly.
It makes you like actually younger, because of the yeah.
Well, Sam, again, man. Thank you very much for being on the show. We really enjoy talking to you. I wish we could go longer, but because of time limits. And,
exactly. Our stream started at 10 usually because because
we had to set it back a bit because Sam was in a class and he was teaching. He was coaching the class, so that's why I didn't want to miss out on Sam. And rebook him for another day because I was really stoked and excited for this session.
Yeah, I saw you.
And I like I told my wife, I told Phoenix, like, listen, I don't have any questions. I'm gonna wing this one because he's a fellow wrestler enthusiast, and he's a pro wrestler himself. He's doing it for a living. So man, what an honor to have you on the session with us and talk to you.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
Man,
anytime.
Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much whoever still is watching us. And again, refer us to your friends if they like this type of content. And Sam, for like a closing statement. All the red carpet is yours. What you have to say, like where they can find Wrestlingme and how to get in contact with you guys, and all the usual things.
So, for some of you who have watched wrestling as a kid, I mean, you mentioned how it was your childhood, and speaking of childhood, here's your chance to relive it. We are located at Just Play Sports Complex in Al Quoz.
Right.
Our beginner sessions are every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 2 p.m. And your first session is free.
Nice.
That is so cool.
Nice.
That's so cool. I mean, that's good. Like the person can decide if they actually want to go ahead with it or not before making a commitment.
Yeah, to check the facility and everything.
Yeah, that is really awesome. I mean, thank you so much, Sam, for giving us your time. I mean, like I tell all our guests, like time is something so precious, you really cannot take it back. And the fact that you gave us, this much time out of your daily, like busy life routine, and
it was my pleasure.
Yeah.
Anytime you want me on, I mean, I'm always here.
Yeah, and I can't wait to meet you in person and watch this guy fanboy a little bit more.
Exactly. I'm gonna be like losing my shit in a ring, man.
I'm gonna record him like he's gonna fumble and be like, oh,
dude. The first thing I really want to try is actually like go on the ropes.
Yeah.
I always had a fascination.
Be careful though, you have limitations, so be careful.
I have limitations, man.
There are actually safety points on how to run the ropes, and
oh, okay.
Take,
that's cool.
Into serious consideration.
Man, it's I'm definitely coming down. So I mean, anyway, don't leave the session. We're gonna have a little bit of chat after we're done with the stream. But man, again, thank you very much, and you guys can follow Sam on Wrestlingme at Wrestlingme on IG, and your own private account, if you want to mention it, is at
Samir Elias Nassif or Savage Sam.
Savage Sam. You guys can find him, Savage Sam, and follow the school. promote the school. It's all like small businesses, so you know, it's a new thing on the block, and it's something that has potential in this region because. Come on, all of us down the line, we watched a couple of matches of WWE, you know, or like, you know, wrestling in general.
Exactly. They have been a form of our childhood or like even like in a teenage somehow, you know, either through toys or something,
exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So,
So Sam, thank you very much again for joining us.
And thank you to everyone in the comments who made it so hilarious, especially your best friend and your brother.
Yeah, Campervan, you guys are
appreciate
beautiful.
Them coming down.
Imposter, Bullet, and Leslie, Bundlehead. Thank you guys very much.
So
and by the way, before we close it out, Bullet is saying dirty 1v1 me and you were for some Daler Mandi. It's an inside joke of our channel.
I need a shirt of Daler Mandi, by the way, because Daler Mehndi is a Punjabi singer and we had a joke about him.
I just mispronounced his last name, which is Mehndi, not Mandi. Mandi is that Arabic dish, you know.
So he completely changed the guy's name, so now I need a shirt.
So we're gonna take a bit and we're gonna rate our good friend Wonder Wanger. He is playing Forza Motorsport 7. So if you guys are into those type of gaming streamers,
and he's hilarious.
He is hilarious. He's a musician. He does. You guys go over there and
when you redeem
the point of spelling check.
He
will go apeshit. He needs to write it down and see
like
if the spelling
how
is right.
word is pronounced. You know.
But again, man.
Sorry, spelled.
The word spell. Sam, thank you very much for joining us and all the viewers that they were with us until now. Thank you very much, Sam. So you guys can follow us at Combos and Chill on Facebook and IG, and you guys can get to the Linktree thing on the bio and IG. You guys can find all the links to the platforms. You guys can actually find it over here on the Twitch channel as well. It takes you directly to the link on YouTube and everywhere else. And again, we're gonna see you guys on Thursday.
And my IG is at She's a Phoenix.
She's a Phoenix. I completely forgot.
Thank you very much.
Because I'm too excited about Sam's.
Of course. Forget your wife. Very nice.
You guys follow at She's a Phoenix if you guys want any tattoo designs or any like, you know, all
anything, any art for your house or
just check
for
it
yourself
out.
or
just
anything.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna see you guys on. And Sam, don't leave. We're gonna get back to you, and we're gonna see you guys on Thursday. So keep it tight and stay safe, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.